Alright guys, we got a few days off and we are in the blind. Actually this morning I set in the south blind because that's where most of the axis deer were coming in the morning time. And then this afternoon I went and burned some cedar, and then I thought I'd take my chances over here at this blind. And so, excuse me, this is a middle blind, and the south blind's about 200 yards that way. But I forgot my light, so I had to get out and run back and go get it. So the reason why I had to go get it is because I checked the camera over here, and that fallow buck has been here a couple of times in the last 3 or 4 days, and he's been here about a couple of times in the last 3 or 4 days, and he's huge, man. He is huge this year. I hope I get a shot at him tonight. And then I've got always chance of axis deer or pigs coming at night. So, and I've been looking for pops, a axis deer I've been calling pops. So who knows, maybe he'll come in tonight. We'll see what happens. So stay tuned for some great bow hunting action. This is a bow hunting radneck for Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal. Thanks for watching.
For the Lord is God, and he created the heavens and earth and put everything in place. I am the Lord, he says, and there is no other. Let all the world look to me for salvation, for I am God. There is no other.
So in the morning I started off in the south blind, and there's always no shortage of whitetail deer. And I'm not sure what this mama is doing with her baby, but I can tell you what, the bugs are really bothering these deer. It's the middle of summer, and you can see them running around, shaking their heads and biting at their legs and biting at their underside. Just so many bugs right now. The bucks are actually growing their horns nicely, with the exception of this one guy. I don't know what happened to him, but he's got a serious thing going on his right side. And then this little guy was comfortable enough to sit down and take a siesta while I was filming him. He's probably about 15 yards from me. Been seeing a lot of white-winged dove as well. In fact, after I finished this hunt, I went and did some burning of some cedar. Then, since I wasn't seeing anything at the south blind in the evenings on the camera, I decided to take my chances and go over to the middle blind and take a sit there for the evening and check the camera and see what's been coming in. Then right at the end of shooting light, had this axis buck come through, but he decided not to stick around and just walked on through. Then what you don't see in this one is that fallow buck came in, and as I got the bow off the hook to shoot him, turned the camera on, he walked to the left, and I didn't have a shooting window. He's probably 15 yards or so from me. I can't remember how far, but he stood there for 4 minutes and then eventually walked off and walked away. So I stayed put in the blind thinking that he might come back, but about 15 minutes later I had a big old axis buck come in. So watch this. Watch fast, because it happens fast. Just got this video uploaded to my computer. Let's see where I hit this deer. Boom. That looks like a perfect shot. And that looks like it could be Pops. That big axis buck. I'm going to give him a little time. It's been about an hour probably. Oh yeah. I wish I would have shot that fallow buck though, but choosers can be picky, right? Alright guys, we found our first blood. Thank goodness. Here it is right here on this rock. You can kind of see those little specks right there, 2 little specks, and then another one right there. And it is that deer that ran through here, because here's the next speck of blood right here. So we're on the trail at least. That's a good drop of blood right there. But that's where this deer ran from the blind right here, and I caught the video right here. It looks like when he went through here, and I got that little light, little bit of him right here, he looks like he stumbled. You can kind of see there, and you can see that on the video right in here. So these got to be his tracks right here coming through here. So let's go see if we can find him. I've been searching out the direction this blood looks like that deer was going. Can't find anything about 80 yards out, 50 to 80 yards out. And adrenaline could have taken this deer at least 200 yards, but where that hit is, that deer's got to be no more than 200 yards out. So I'm going to go back to the cabin and get my GPS, and it's going to be a grid search. I'm going to start way back over here behind the blind, do a grid search all the way down to the creek, and just sweep it out 200 yards and sweep it all the way around, because no telling, this deer could have turned around this bush and gone south. So let's go get my GPS. I have looked and looked and looked for that deer. Very, very frustrating. That's actually the first axis I've ever shot with a bow. Couple of weeks ago I shot at one at 70 yards right here at the cabin. So he was out actually 76, and I thought he was 71, 77 yards, something like that. But this buck was definitely the biggest I've ever had an opportunity to take. And I hit him. But I think it's high in the shoulder. If he's dead out there, these buzzards will find him by tonight, I'm sure. And that little fawn that got killed, that was fresh kill. So and there were all kinds of buzzards down there today. They were all filled the sky. So if that deer was dead, and it was in really thick cover, so if that deer is dead, those buzzards will find it for sure. So I think it's just going to be a head recovery if I can get the buzzards on it. If not, if the deer's still alive, we'll see in a few days what the cameras look like. Actually, in a couple of weeks, I probably won't be able to make it out here for at least 2 more weeks, maybe a month or so. But anyway, so I have looked everywhere for that axis deer. Walked over 4 miles until it just got so blazing hot I couldn't stand it anymore. And anyway, I'm back in the blind tonight. It's about probably almost 7 o'clock. So prime time's coming soon. But man, that's so frustrating. That was I was checking which buck that was, that axis buck that I shot last night. That was Pops. So today, that fallow buck came in last night, but he stayed right over here and I couldn't shoot him. He was like 10 yards, maybe 12 yards from me right over here, but I could not shoot him. The screen's there and I can't get around with my bow, and I purposely didn't bring my rifle because I didn't want to shoot him with a rifle or be tempted to. So hopefully that fallow buck's going to come in tonight. See what happens. Stay tuned. So watch fast. It happens fast again. Alright guys, man, that was a lousy shot last night. But I'm sure hoping to find this deer. I've already looked over here for the arrow, right? I found the arrow right behind the feeder, right over here. And there's blood on it, but I can't find any blood whatsoever on the ground. But anyways, he ran, shot him here. He ran around this way, back around, and I had the spotlight on him. I know exactly where he ran into the trees, so I'm just hoping he's over there. I just slipped out of here real lightly last night, so I'm hoping he laid down and died, but that was a lousy shot. So I'm gonna go over there and see if I can find some blood where I think he entered over there. But stay tuned. Hopefully we find this deer. I'm gonna leave the camera here and just go see if I can find him, and probably take the rifle with me, because it's been 9 or 10 hours, so I'm sure he's dead, but just never can be too sure about it. So all right, I'll keep it posted whenever I get an update on it. Yeah, baby, we found him right there. He was only, can you see him right through there? He was only about he's maybe 100 yards, 80 to 100 yards. I just followed where last time I saw him with the light, and followed the trail out, and it didn't take me long to find him at all. Man, I can't believe it. Terrible shot. Then night before last, perfect shot, so I thought. Can't even find that stinking deer. I'm gonna be looking for a buzzard. Buzzard's flying around today, but let's go check him out. Take a look at this. He's broke off. It looks like he broke off a while back. So that looks like an old break. So I haven't seen this deer on camera. He just showed up last night out of the blue. But he's probably a younger, mature, I don't know, 3.5, 4.5 year old axis buck. But he's definitely a scrapper, breaking off, because they've been fighting. That one I shot a couple of weeks ago was pretty scarred up. But anyways, you saw the action as quick as it was, because hunting these things at night, you know, when you click that light on, you got about 2 to 3 seconds to try to pick your spot and shoot, because they hightail it out of there pretty quick. I've used white lights before in trying to hunt these things at night. As soon as that white light comes on, boom, they're gone. But that green light on the bow works pretty well. I was waiting for that the fallow buck, and man, 2 nights ago, not last night, but the night before last, that fallow buck came in, and man, he was you know, 12 to 15 yards, I'm not exactly sure, but he was really close for a long time. But he's in a spot on the side where I couldn't shoot him below the blind. And so I stood there for a long time trying to get him to come out. He never did. He actually started walking the other way, and then I ranged him at 45, but at nighttime I'm not going to take a 45-yard shot. That's too long, too crazy. 20 yards, 25 yards is my tops at night. So, but anyways, this is my first harvest, and my first harvest with my PSE Evolve 28. So I've been wanting to shoot one. I've been using that for about a couple of months now, trying to shoot something with it. And sweet shooting bow. A little more difficult shooting out to 50 plus yards. I use my PSE Evolve 31 for that. But it does a good job. I'm going to use it in a tree stand this year, hopefully in the Sam Houston. But anyways, thanks for watching Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal. I could talk forever. I'm gonna look for buzzards up ahead on top today. I'll take care of this one and then head home today. So thanks for watching Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal. Be sure and give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, and you'll get a notification of future videos. Thanks for watching.